So I've been thinking a lot about this. Lyft promising 70%. Is that nationwide? I'm pretty sure it is. Is that the whole country that they're promising 70%? Oh, wait a minute. Wait for some people to come in here before I really dive in to this topic. Oh yeah, get this thing here. So I can put my phone over here. Oh, that's better. I'm in the same spot as the last live stream. Let's see. What's up, guys? What's up, YouTube? Oh man, I wish I had better light. Oh, do I have a light in here? So yeah, Lyft promising 70%. I mean, anytime these companies do anything, they make it seem like, oh, this is going to be so great for you. And then we realize later, not so great. But it's been a while since they promised 70%. And I can tell you, I'll tell you what I've been getting. Most weeks, I'm getting over 100% of what okay, so first of all, what they mean by 70%. It's not of what the passengers pay. They're talking about 70% after they take their expenses. And they're not being very specific about what the expenses are. And so right from the beginning, I was just like, oh, this is so suspect. But after a lot of thought, I've come to realize that they have a lot of expenses. Oh, somebody said something. I want to respond to everybody. Promises are made to be broken. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, at least the CEO is a David, right? I'm a David. He's a David. You know, like we should have some basic understanding. Did you hear about this thing, the Kyles? Like, there's this thing in Kyle, Texas. They're trying to break the Guinness Book record of how many people with the same name in one place. And so they're going to Kyle, Texas, all the Kyles. So if you're a Kyle, I'm taking a break right now because I just ate something. And I'm going to drink some green tea. Let my body kind of chill, absorb the food, and talk about this 70% take that they're promising us after expenses. And on the last video, I talked about this, the last live stream, and somebody posted pretty smart, like, hey, there's a public company, we can look at their financials. So I did. I went and looked at their financials. Hey, April. I'm out driving. I'm trying to, make the best of my Friday. I'd like to drive on the weekends, and I really took a break this week. Did a lot of other stuff. I drove a little bit, but I mostly did a lot of other things. And so now I need to get on the road. I need to catch up. I got to work. I got to work tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. And Sunday especially, I'm hoping to really, go hard. Oh, whoever liked the video, thank you. So, this 70% take, I've really thought a lot about it. Now, I assume it's the whole country, but I'm going to talk about specifically California because that's where I drive. And what their expenses are. Now, I want to do a more thorough video, edited video, where I can show some things. Right now, I just want to talk about what I've been thinking about. Now, here in California, if you're a driver if you're you get health insurance. We get a health insurance stipend. They refund us for money that we spent on our health insurance. And it's pretty significant amount. And I wasn't totally thinking. And this is also like Lyft could do a much better job on selling this stuff to us, right? For us to understand, like, no, hey, like, you really are getting a good deal. And I'm not saying I'm playing devil's advocate, okay? Like, I still would like more money, okay? We all would like more money. But as I've said before, I am happy driving Lyft, having a good time. Passengers are cool. And I want to give credit where credit's due with Lyft. Now, something I started to think about is this is a publicly traded company. They have a fiduciary responsibility to their investors, right? Which means that they have to they can't just throw away the investors' money. Like if they start making choices that cost the investors, if they like just start doing dumb stuff that's ruining the company, that is just obvious, like, so they could get in real trouble, like criminal liability. And I started to think, like, these companies, they're making a lot of money. Okay, they can afford, because they have like this constant income. Every time we go out and us drivers, we pick up people. It's happening all over the country. They got this solid income, right? So they can afford good people. And my real concern is at the very top, the CEO, the people right under the CEO. Like, are they making good decisions? Are they the best people? I hope so. But I know the people that are in there, like the tech workers, the people solving the problems with the app and the navigation and all these things, they're some of the smartest people out there. So we really do have some amazing support, I believe. But this 70% thing, it really rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm thinking, like, that's all we're getting, and what are the expenses? Well, I looked online, and I haven't really like gotten thorough into the expenses, but then I started to think, wait, they really do have some real expenses. Now, the health insurance stipend, I'm getting, as long as I have people in the car or I'm driving to a pickup, 25 hours a week. And I'm usually getting it up to 30, which means by the end of, they give it to us 4 times a year, quarterly. By the time I get to the end of the quarter, I often have 30 hours per week that I'm averaging. And so that means I could take some time off at the end of the quarter. I could take like a week vacation. And I'm still going to get my $1,400 something healthcare money. And it just goes right into the app, in case you guys aren't in California and you don't know how this works and they don't have it where you're at. It just shows up. We scan, we take a picture of our insurance card, and as long as you have the right insurance, which is most insurance, like if your insurance is the super cheap kind that hardly costs you anything, that doesn't count. Like here we have this thing in LA, we have LA Care. LA Care, they're not going to give you money for. But you don't need the money because it's already like so cheap. But if you get, like, I have HealthNet, Aetna, Anthem, like any of the expensive insurance, and on Covered California, they pay for like half of it. So my insurance is like $800 a month. They pay for half. I pay $400 and something. And so the money that Lyft gives more than pays for the insurance, which is over $1,400 a quarter. So well over $5,000 a year Lyft is going to give me for my health insurance. And that money is an expense. That money has to come from somewhere. It doesn't come out of thin air. Like, that's like they're taking the money. Like, another thing too that I think a lot of people aren't realizing is they're paying us here in California. They're paying us for the pickup. And I'm looking closely at that, because sometimes it doesn't seem like they are. Okay, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the amount of miles. I'm at the amount of time it's going to take. And I'm thinking like, no, they're not paying. Like something got out of last Saturday. There was some event at the Rose Bowl, and I was 8 miles away, and they kept sending me these pickups from the Rose Bowl where I would have to drive 8 miles just to pick them up. And that was one of those situations where I'm looking at that like, no way. Like, I'm looking at the numbers and it does not add up. It says pick up, I forgot how they word it, but basically it says that you're getting money for the driving for the pickup. But I'm doing the math, and clearly they're not giving the money for that 8 miles of driving just to go pick these people up. And by the way, picking up the Rose Bowl, one of the worst. The three worst. The Rose Bowl, the Greek Theater, and the Forum. Anytime like big events get out of those three places, it's just not organized properly. There's not enough in and out routes. There ends up being it's just too difficult to get your passengers in the car. But I digress. So basically, that's pretty much what the point of what I was trying to get across is. Like, there's some expenses that we're not thinking about. Like I have times where I'll be on the freeway and I'll get a pickup that's like 12 miles away, and you know they don't want to give you these, but sometimes you're their best chance of getting a driver to pick this person up. So they'll actually, like, somebody's going a mile, you're like 12 miles away, and they end up giving you like over $10 to do this trip to drive somebody a mile. And then if you look at what they paid, you're pretty much getting all of what they paid or more than what they paid. So that's also an expense for them, right? Like, you're getting, like, they're taking in order to make the experience satisfactory for the passenger, they're taking the hit. Lyft is. Well, we all are collectively, right? So basically, what I'm getting at, now, I don't know about Uber. I don't trust Uber one bit, okay? But if I could play devil's advocate for a moment, I think that this 70% promise that Lyft is doing is significant and meaningful. And maybe we shouldn't look at it as necessarily a terrible thing, because like, I honestly, I think they're making a huge mistake by not going into more detail. I think they take the drivers, like, they think us drivers are not that wise, we're not that smart, a lot of us, and they think like, oh, we need to keep it simple. Like, that's kind of the whole way this business has been ran. We keep it, they like to keep it real simple for the passengers and as simple as they can for us drivers. That's why they don't have us drivers like learn how to use the passenger app so we can help the passengers. It's like, no, we're keeping it as simple, streamline this business the best that we can. And I think that they need to stop looking at us drivers like, oh, we need to keep it simple for them. Like, fill us in on what's going on and what you guys are doing. We're curious. Like, do they have a podcast? Like, Lyft should be doing a podcast. I think they did, if they're not still doing it, where they, like, for us drivers that actually do want to, like, kind of understand in a little more detail what they're doing and what they're working on and how they're trying to make things better for us and what we can do as drivers. Like, I appreciate Lyft. I'd like to be a company guy. Like, I'd like to be more involved in what they're doing and what we're doing. Like, us all, like, work together to make this a better experience for all of us and our passengers, and to compete with Uber. So that, well, okay. See, that's where things get crazy, right? Because if Lyft gets too good, then we have all these drivers and passengers coming over to Lyft, And then we have to compete with the other drivers too. Like, oh, well, so something happened recently, which is the biggest indicator that there's a lot of drivers. Or it could be the summer slowdown that people talk about approaching. But I don't, hey, Luke, what's up? I don't believe in the summer slowdown. And not here in LA. You just got to know where to drive. Like, yeah, the colleges and stuff may not be as busy. But I live in a tourist town, LA. People come from all over the world to go to LA, and they do it in the summer. So I'm excited. I think I'm going to make a killing this summer. Although I keep going on these tangents. Driving an electric car, this Tesla, driving this electric car in the middle of the day, disaster. It costs me so much. I'm probably paying like $2 to $3 a day just to run my air conditioner, which I guess, if I was paying for gas, I just never really looked at it like that to see the difference. But yeah, I mean, if you're using gas, same thing. Like, you're probably paying several dollars a day more because you're running the air conditioner. But it makes me want to start driving at night. Let me see what Luke said. Yo, Luke. Dude, I'm doing really good, actually. Like, I'm feeling great. Yeah, I have so much. So I'm so inspired, and I want to make more videos. I got a new laptop, the M3, and I love it. But I've been driving like crazy because I've gotten kind of addicted to making money and meeting people, and like, I'm having a good time, and I'm feeling better than ever as far as like my health goes. I've been being smarter about what I'm eating. I've been getting lots of sleep every night. I don't wake up to an alarm clock, but I've been really concerned about making elite every month. And I'm starting to think, like, is that important? Like, do I want to be elite? Because I'm driving between 3 and 6, and now I'm starting to think, with the warm temperatures during the day, like, I'd kind of like to change my schedule where I wake up in the morning and I make videos, and then I'll drive like after dinner, like after it cools off a little bit. Because the thing is, charging after midnight, I like to make it home. I got this long range. I could drive a long time as long as I don't have to run the AC, or if I'm not driving fast on the freeway. And I'd really like to end my days charging after midnight when the rates get cut more than in half, like super cheap charging rates for the Tesla. So happy I bought a Tesla because for a lot of reasons, but that's a big one, right? Because so much cheaper to charge. So yeah, I'm been starting to think, like, I need to change my schedule, and maybe don't worry about being elite. See what happens. It's much more important that I get in the hours to get that health insurance stipend. Like, that's top priority, I'm realizing. And being elite maybe isn't so important. But I do like driving, like, you drive between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. to get points towards being an elite driver. And I do like driving those times because those are the busy times. And I do worry that, like, let's say I started at 7 p.m. and drove till midnight. Maybe I wouldn't make as much money because I'm not driving the busy times. Anyways, let me see what somebody said something a while back. Let me get to you. How building bonuses? They're building bonuses. I made 52% and then a bonus and jumped 75%. The bonus shouldn't be part of the 70. You know what? I mean, I understand that point of view. But I'm looking at it like, yeah, it should be part of it because, you want to look at the whole thing, right? So they're looking at it like they're starting with what the passengers are paying for the trips that you're picking up. And then the bonus, when you really think about what your take home is, the bonus is part of that percentage. Like, I mean, yeah, we would benefit if it wasn't. It'd be good. But then also, I get the 150 because I'm driving the electric car, and even before the bonus, I'm getting more than 70%. So I don't know, but that's the thing. Like, I'm really concerned. Like, so if you're a driver that's getting your health insurance stipend, you're doing great. But if you're a driver that doesn't even do 15 hours, you're just doing like 10 hours a week, you're not getting any of that money. Like, you're really getting screwed. But not really, right? Because if you're only doing 10 hours a week, you're not making very much. You're basically just trying to get your cell phone bill paid, or like, your cable bill or some, you're just getting some minor bills paid, and maybe just getting out there and doing some trips. So maybe the person doing 10-hour weeks they're happy. They don't even care that they're not getting the bonuses. They're not getting the healthcare stipend. Let me see what everybody's saying here. Year when it becomes slow. Yep. People would rather walk. Oh, yeah? You think that's why? I thought it was just because school's out and people are, I don't know. I thought it was just basically school when I think about it. What? Some more videos and follow your dreams. Thanks, Luke. Moving back to NYC. What? What are you going to do with the bus? I found a few changes that, in NYC they have a van alley with like a view. It's like awesome. Look up New York City van alley. Maybe you can park the bus there. Good luck getting it there, right? Shit. Dude, that would be crazy taking that bus to NYC. That could be a crazy adventure. Found a few charges that $5 flat fee for unlimited charging during off-peak hours. Wow, where's that? Dude, that sounds amazing. Health is wealth. Yep. Exactly, Luke. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why I try to sleep enough every night. Whoa, Jen Joy. Oh man, dude. Dude, the apps are crazy right now. That's another thing too, is I think that because like all this time we've been waiting for a competitor to Uber and Lyft, I think that's also another indication that Uber and Lyft are actually doing a really good job, because like nobody can step in and compete with them. So they must be doing a pretty good job. Use it on the free fast charger? What? Get that $75 charger attachment from Tesla. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I have it. I have it right here, Luke. Oh, hey, April. Just curious, do you still have your van? Yes, I do have my van. I haven't been making any videos, but yeah, this is the fast charger adapter, and I got this on Walmart for super cheap. Like, it was like $40. You're gonna sell the bus and live normal life. What? There's no such thing as a normal life in NYC. It's not gonna make it. Yeah. Well, hopefully you could get a lot of money for that bus. No one has the backing to step in and compete. But why can't they get the backing? Because it's going to be too difficult to compete with Uber and Lyft. It would cost so much money. Yeah, that attachment is, I've gotten so much free power, but the free fast chargers are few and far between these days. A lot of them are broken, and then more and more people are finding out about them, and the lines are out of control. Let me see what time it is. I was just gonna wait. I wanted to wait till 10. Okay, so yeah, I'll be on here for 4 more minutes. Oh, maybe I should do like last time and take you guys along with me for my pickup coming up here. So yeah, I think Lyft's been doing a good job. I hate to say it too, but I wish they would like, like really show us like, hey, like look, this is all the money that we're giving to the drivers, like, because the drivers are looking at it like before, when it was more straightforward. But with us getting paid for driving to the pickups and us getting health care, like this is a completely different business now. And you can't just look at it straightforward like the driver, like, oh, they're taking half of our money. I did an airport trip. It cost the passenger $80 and they only gave me 35. And you're thinking like, what the hell? Like, why did they take so much? Well, they took so much because they're giving drivers like me $5,500 a year for health insurance. And that's coming out of that money from the passengers. That's like, it just, when I realized that, it was just like, whoa, like that's crazy. Like they're really having to do some crazy accounting. And let's see, PlugShare app. Yeah, PlugShare app. That's where people are finding the free charging. Yeah, the problem is like a lot of the opportunities to get like memberships and different stuff like that, it's still not a good deal for me because I go to the Tesla chargers after midnight, and I'm paying so little money for power that it's cheaper than charging at home. It's cheaper than any of the memberships that have been presented to me, because there's this like EVCS, and they have chargers all over, and you can become a member. There's off peak for $100 a month, and then there's anytime for $200 a month. Well, that's about what I'm paying for power, is like $200 a month, and that's charging at the Tesla stations, which are the fastest ones that I can personally charge at. If I go to these EVCS stations, they're only 50 kilowatts. It's going to take me more than twice as long to charge at these stations. This is the kind of, oh, I just got a tip, $5.66. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm dealing with. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to turn on the app now so that I can get a trip. But yeah, it's really an issue, the charging. Like I'm always trying to find, oh man, the car just turned off because I've just been sitting here. But this light stayed on. Crazy. Huh. All right, going online. Yeah, like I wish these EVCS, like that could be a decent deal, except for none of the chargers are by my house. And it's not really going to save me. Oh, the light did go off. It's not really going to save me a lot of money. So why do it? And it charges slower, so I'm going to take more time to charge. So the key is, like for this Tesla, the real key is to run the thing down to 20%. Now, I don't like to go lower than 20%. a lot faster. So what works out for me is if I could come home at 20%. Like right now, I have 47% power, so I can drive for a while. I can do like another 100 miles, come home with around 20%, and then I'll be able to charge in 25 minutes, charge up to 80%. So it's like the best use of my time. And there's really there's no other opportunities for charging where I get a better rate and charge in less time. Oh my gosh, I just got a trip to the airport. I might as well take it, because if I pick up at the airport right now, if I do, last time I went to the airport, I didn't get a pickup. Normally I get a pickup on the way out. Didn't happen last time. Let's go pick up this passenger right here. But yeah, it's just, like the days where I've made the most money, you take somebody to the airport and you get a long trip out of the airport, get a little bit lucky after that, and you end up having like a $300 day in like 8-10 hours. So I generally don't like going to LAX, but at least it's not the holidays, and at least it's really a good chance to make good money. Whoa. Did I just break my phone? Oh my gosh. Nope. Phone's not broken. Can I just say, like, passengers have been dinging my car and making it dirty. Somebody threw up in my car the other day. Oh, I gotta make that video. Dude, you know what girls complain about? Like, you hear the stories and like, so scary. The stuff that girls have to deal with. And me being a guy, I'm just like, dude, I'm not afraid. Like, I mean, I am afraid of, like, like I had some gangbangers in my car a few days ago, and they were actually really cool. They gave me a fat tip. But I was a little sketched out because one of them was really obnoxious, and he was kind of being annoying. And that was kind of, but I always put, like, they ask at the end, they're like, are you, oh, look, here's that van that parks right over where I just was. The guy's always over there. But yeah, so I pick up this dude, and he's like flirting with me, this big dude, and he was wasted. And it's so awkward when guys are flirting with you. It's like, dude, like, I'm straight, like, come on. And so he's just freaking me out a little bit. Oh, I'm going to pick up. Well, he's trying to sit in the front seat, like the kind of stuff that girls talk about, where they're like, oh, like, where it scares the shit out of them, Okay, I see somebody. She's got a bag. All right. Yeah, hi. Yeah, I love it when people are late for the... I mean, it's not good,
I got a
but...
midnight flight and I gotta check my bag in the hour.
Hey, like, at least it gives me a chance to, like...
Speed?
Yeah.